Hi, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop. Table saw is the center of most people's shops, and a good fence is critical in order for your table saw to work well. I have a saw stop, and it comes with a Biesmeyer fence. But and as nice as operating as it is, as you can see, I've run into it with the blade before, and a bit of a pain. Wanted to protect this and keep it nice, so I'm going to show you my solution. One of the operations that you often will do is cutting a rabbet, and what you do when to do that is change your blade out to put in your dado head. You move your fence over, and I used to have to clamp another board on here, so I would cover part of that blade. Of course, there would be a recess cut into that auxiliary fence, and you would only expose the amount that you want your rabbet to be. Well, it was a pain to have two clamps sitting on here, and they would be in the way. So here's the sleeve that I made. Now I used 1-inch MDF. You can get by with 3/4. I'll show you how it works first, and I'll take it back off and show you how it's made. It's quite simple. Slides on there like that. You want to make sure that it's standing square. If it isn't, on my particular fence, there are two levelers, nylon bolts that the fence runs on, and you can simply turn them one way or the other in order to square it up. This is perfectly square now. To tighten it, I have 4 bolts with knobs on the back side. And if you come back to this end, you'll see how this works. This top piece of MDF is the same width as the fence from the outside to the outside. The bolts go through, and as you tighten this down, it squeezes the bottom section against the fence and makes it nice and firm, so you don't have to worry about it moving. Now, this piece is sacrificial. It's only held on there with a half a dozen screws, and when it gets beat up, I would use it as a pattern so that I can get these bolt holes in the right spot, and then I would simply take it off and put the new one on. But this allows you to move it over, expose the amount that you want. Typically I do this without it on, get it moved over, blade down underneath or dado blade down below, and then once you get it in position, turn the machine on and wind that up to the height that you want, and then you're only exposing the amount of blade, and you can safely cut a rabbet. Really easy to do. And you can pick up these toggles most woodworking supply stores. 3 pieces of MDF. As I said, I use 1 inch, but 3/4 fine. This joint I glued and screwed. This doesn't change. This piece easily comes off. So all I would have to do is take off those screws, cut another piece, use this as the template, drill down through to get those holes so they line up perfectly. And you have yourself a nice, safe, and very effective. Now the other thing I like to use it for too is there are times when I am doing an operation where my board is standing up on its end. And it's nice to have all this extra fence to lean against. And if you don't like that operation, you think it's unsafe holding it like that, then I'll put a piece of wood on here and clamp it. And now by riding along the top of this fence, it doesn't tip one way or the other. I think it's a great addition to your saw. You may have to modify it depending on the type of fence that you have, but it'll also work to save your good fence. Hope that helps.